When I first thought about creating a contest among our friends and family, I envisioned a light-hearted way to celebrate relationships, honesty, and loyalty. My name is Ryan Miller, and for the past 8 years I believed I had a solid marriage with my wife Lisa. We had shared dreams, laughter, and countless memories, but the facade of our perfect life began to crumble the day I discovered her affair. The moment I found out was seared into my memory. I returned home early from work, excited to surprise Lisa with dinner and a movie. Instead, I found her in our living room, her phone pressed to her ear, giggling like a schoolgirl. I could only hear her end of the conversation, but it was enough to make my stomach drop. The way she spoke, the affectionate tone, it was clear she was not talking to me. I stood frozen in the doorway, feeling like an intruder in my own home. After confronting her that night, Lisa admitted to her betrayal, but she downplayed it as a mistake and insisted it was over. I felt like my heart had been ripped out of my chest, yet I was not ready to give up on our marriage. Instead, I decided to channel my pain into something productive. I wanted to expose the truth without directly confronting her, so I devised a plan that would not only reveal her betrayal but also involve our closest friends and family. I called a meeting and invited everyone to join us for a weekend of games, announcing it as the Loyalty Games. The premise was simple: I would set up a series of challenges to test our relationship's strength and commitment to loyalty. Everyone was excited, and Lisa seemed particularly enthusiastic, unaware of my hidden motives. The first challenge was a trust-building exercise where participants had to rely on their partners to guide them through an obstacle course blindfolded. I watched as couples navigated the course, cheering them on while secretly assessing Lisa's reactions. She seemed to thrive in the competition, her laughter ringing through the air, but my suspicions lurked beneath the surface. As the weekend unfolded, I created more challenges that delved into loyalty and honesty, crafting scenarios that would inevitably put Lisa's integrity to the test. One challenge required each participant to share a secret they had never revealed to their partner. I watched closely as couples hesitated, but Lisa confidently opened up about a harmless secret. Her casual demeanor did nothing to alleviate the tension in my chest. I needed something more significant to expose her lies. The climax of the games came during a scavenger hunt. I devised clues that required couples to find items representing trust and loyalty around the neighborhood. As we raced against time, I subtly guided Lisa and our friends to specific locations, knowing that one of the items on the list would be a printout of text messages I had saved, messages that revealed her affair with Tom, a mutual friend. Remember, the first team to find all the items wins a special prize, I announced, a sense of satisfaction bubbling within me. I watched as Lisa and her partner Mark dashed ahead, searching frantically for clues, blissfully unaware of the trap I had set. As the teams returned, I felt a rush of adrenaline. I gathered everyone around and began to unveil the items they had found. The excitement was palpable until I produced the printout, holding it up for all to see. "And here's a little something I found, one of the clues we were searching for," I said, my voice steady. "These messages tell a different story about loyalty and honesty." Gasps erupted around the group, and I could see Lisa's face go pale. "Ryan, no," she shouted, reaching for the printout, but I stepped back, keeping it just out of her reach. "You see, this isn't just about the game," I continued, my heart racing. "It's about what happens when loyalty is broken. It's about the consequences of our actions." The atmosphere shifted dramatically as the reality of the situation sank in. Friends and family exchanged bewildered glances, the excitement of the contest morphing into a tense confrontation. "What is this?" Mark asked, his voice laced with confusion. "This is the truth, isn't it, Lisa?" I pressed, my gaze locked onto hers. "You think this is just a game, but you've been playing with my heart and our marriage." Tears filled her eyes as she struggled to form a response. "I didn't want you to find out this way, Ryan. I was going to tell you." "Were you," I shot back, my voice sharp with hurt, "or were you hoping I'd remain oblivious while you continued your affair?" The crowd fell silent, the weight of the moment pressing down on us. Friends shifted uncomfortably, unsure of how to respond as the tension escalated. "I can explain," Lisa pleaded, her voice trembling. "It was a mistake, a moment of weakness. It meant nothing." "Then why did you feel the need to hide it?" I countered, my heart pounding. "You think this was just a game for me, but it's not. It's about the trust we built together, and you shattered it." As the confrontation unfolded, I felt a mix of satisfaction and sorrow. I had orchestrated this moment, forcing her to face the consequences of her actions. But in doing so, I also exposed the fragile nature of our relationships. Ryan, please, she begged, her tears streaming down her cheeks. I never wanted to hurt you. I'm so sorry. With each word, I felt the weight of my pain, the betrayal echoing in my mind. I loved you, Lisa. I trusted you. This isn't just about the affair, it's about the lies that have haunted our marriage. The crowd remained silent, caught in the turmoil of our lives. I watched as the reality of the situation sunk in, their expressions shifting from shock to sympathy. I had turned our private pain into a public spectacle, but I had done so with a purpose. I needed her to reckon with her actions, to understand the depth of the damage she had caused. Eventually, I turned to our friends and family. I wanted to create a contest about loyalty and honesty, but I see now that it's not a game. Relationships are fragile, and we need to confront our truths rather than hide behind facades. With that, I stepped back, letting the silence wash over us. Lisa's face crumpled as she faced the reality of her actions. I could see the shame and regret etched across her features, and for the first time, I sensed that she understood the gravity of what she had done. As the tension in the room thickened, Lisa turned to our friends, her voice breaking. I'm so sorry for dragging you all into this. I've hurt Ryan, and I don't expect you to forgive me. The moment felt like an eternity, and I could see the fractures in our relationships begin to heal. Our friends rallied around us, offering their support and understanding. The loyalty games had turned into an opportunity for healing, forcing us all to confront our truths. In the days that followed, Lisa and I had long, honest conversations about our marriage. We sought counseling, and she began to take responsibility for her choices, working to understand the motivations behind her actions. It was a long road, filled with emotional ups and downs, but through it all, we slowly began to rebuild the trust that had been shattered. While the contest had exposed Lisa's betrayal, it had also opened the door to deeper communication and understanding. We learned to face our demons together, confronting the pain that had lingered beneath the surface for so long. As we navigated the path toward healing, I realized that love was not about perfection. It was about honesty, vulnerability, and the willingness to confront difficult truths. The loyalty games may have started as a way to expose betrayal, but they ultimately led us to a place of reconciliation, a chance to start anew and build a stronger foundation for our relationship. In the end, we buried the past, along with the remnants of betrayal, and emerged stronger than before. The loyalty games became a turning point in our lives, reminding us that even in our darkest moments, love can endure and grow, forging bonds that can withstand the trials of life.